wants to go.
Well, I can understand because Miami was in the finals last year, and Milwaukee, the Bucks, is, you know, they have Giannis, they have Chris Middleton, they have Holiday. Skip, you're gonna have to get off probably two of those guys. So is it gonna be Giannis? But if I'm the Miami Heat, if I'm the Houston Rockets, James, you want to go to Miami? Okay, I want Jimmy Butler, I want Tyler Hero, and I want Bam Adebayo. That where you want to go?
And Pat Riley's going to say, huh?
Oh, exactly. Okay, if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, Milwaukee say, oh, if I'm Houston, Milwaukee, y'all want James Harden? Okay, give me Giannis and Drew Holiday. Skip, look, I understand. James has put them in a very difficult situation.
Yes.
He's a superstar, and normally superstars get what they want, be it players to bring in players, or if you make them unhappy, they says, I want to go, and they make life miserable for you. But Skip, it is hard to recoup. It's hard to get equal value for a guy of James Harden's caliber. But Skip, I'm not giving him away. I've got him for 2 more years. And if you want James Harden, you're going to get as close to my asking price as you possibly can come. Or else James Harden is going to be miserable playing in Houston, Texas. So I'm not giving him away. So if you think you're going to get James Harden because, oh, he put Miami on the list, or, oh, he put the Bucks on the list, okay, fine. That just, you definitely got some pieces I want. Okay, give me Hero and give me Bam and give me some of those. You know what, Skip? I'll let you have. You know what? Y'all can keep Jimmy Butler. But I want Bam, I want Tyler Hero, and I want Duncan Robinson. And you know, and for good measure, 2 first-round draft picks, and you can have it.
Okay. And Pat Riley's going to say, kick rock.
Well, yeah. Well, then you can. Well, hey, get off my. Why you on my phone then? Why you running up my phone bill using my minutes if you're not gonna give me what I asked for? Because I got what you want. You ain't got nothing. I didn't call you and say, hey, I got a deal for you. You calling me.
James put you on the list, Miami.
Well, untake me off the list.
Okay. Here's the whole problem with this. To your point about LeBron, KD. James is not free. He's not a free agent. If he were a free agent, we could be having a whole different discussion right now. I feel for James. I get it. He woke up one day and said, where am I? Who am I? What am I? I'm going into my 12th year, and I got no shot here.
Zero shot.
Right? And now there's another story, which I don't know how credible all these things are, but even with the coaching situation, I thought he was all in on Stephen Silas, but apparently that was just a compromise because the owner, Fertitta, wanted Jeff Van Gundy, and James did not want Jeff. That James, according to the latest report,
wanted T. Lue.
Wanted T. Lue. And I don't blame him.
But Skip, I always thought, I was very suspicious, is that if you co-sign for a coach coming, and then both players, like both James and Russ, co-sign on Silas coming. And then the next day they ask for trades. How did that work?
I don't know. I was shocked by it too. But if the story is to be believed, and I do believe that this was just a compromise and it didn't make either one of them happy. And then Russ says, I want to be me. You know, I want to go where I can be me. And he got to go where he will definitely be Russ again, right?
And he goes with Scotty Brooks, who was their skip for those triple-double season MVP, so he knows it.
And as I tweeted that night, poor Bradley Beal. I feel sorry for him now because he's going to have to learn to cope with
Okay,
Russ.
Skip Bayless, you the general. So what should Pat Riley give up to get James Harden?
I'm going to guess on this that Pat Riley wants no part of James Harden any way, shape, or form. that you couldn't even give James to them right now because he is recreating that Heat culture that was based around Dwayne, who was a unselfish sacrifice for the team kind of player. A share the ball kind of a player, right? Who didn't care that much about his numbers. He cared about winning titles.
Correct.
And he had LeBron, the ultimate sharer of the basketball, the best passer in basketball. And it worked with those two because they loved each other like brothers, and it worked, okay? And they won a couple of championships together, okay? Gotcha. If you put James in the middle of a mix that got to the finals last year, and I'm sure Pat Riley will go to his grave saying if we'd stayed healthy, we would have given him a hell of a battle.
He believes that.
Yep, that's correct. I don't know if he believed they would have won, but it would have gone 7 games.
He believes he's going 7 games, and he take his chance with a 7-game series.
Maybe he got Tyler Hero making a hero ball shot at the end of the game. But I think Miami wouldn't want James Harden. I think Milwaukee would love to have James Harden if they could pair him with Giannis. But how are you going to pull that off?
Right.
Because Giannis needs James Harden. That would be a match made in playoff heaven.
But think about how far we've come. Giannis had an opportunity. He's picking sides. He had the most votes in the East. LeBron had the most votes in the West. And he did everything he could not to pick James Harden.
Yep.
And then took a shot at James Harden about his defense. And James Harden took a shot back, says, you know what? It would be great to be 7 foot tall and dunk everything. And now...
They need each other.
Yeah, you see
They
that?
do.
Yeah.
But what? I mean, you can't trade Chris Middleton back to Houston. He's from the Texas. He went to Texas A&M, obviously.
Oh, no, I'm gonna get Chris Middleton and Holiday.
He's ranked 35th on the.
I'm gonna get Chris Middleton and Holiday.
Okay, and that's not enough.
Yeah.
To fill the void left by James Harden.
You know what? No, because Skip, they really ain't got. They got what? They only got one first-round draft pick. They got that from when they traded John Wall. So they really ain't got nothing off because they gave up all their draft picks to OKC to get Russ. So nah. I'm gonna need Jimmy Butler. No, Milwaukee. So what does Milwaukee have? So you can get.
Remember, they were
Chris
going to
Middleton?
trade DiVincenzo, but
Yeah.
he came back.
Okay,
so,
they got Coddington.
Yeah.
They got Middleton. They got Holiday.
It's just not enough.
Yeah.
So we go back to Brooklyn, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is not going to trade either KD or Kyrie for James Harden. Again, over Kyrie's dead body, is he going to get traded when he was the one who said, hey, KD, let's go to Brooklyn.
Yeah. It was his idea to go to Brooklyn.
Right.
And to think that Brooklyn going to trade him to get
No.
James Harden.
It's just not going to happen. The only realistic, plausible scenario is that Daryl Morey, who took out a full-page ad in Houston to say, thank you, James Harden, you changed my life. You revolutionized basketball. He is the new GM of the Sixers.
Right.
He has 2 nuclear weapons, and they're ranked, Simmons is ranked 16th and Embiid 14th in this latest poll.
Right.
So they're top 20-ish players,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. The only way is if they said, okay, we will give up Ben Simmons for James Harden. I told you yesterday, I would not do that if I were the Sixers. But I don't even know if Houston would take Ben Simmons back.
Exactly.
Okay, it's a guy who can't or won't shoot.
Right.
For James Harden?
Right.
Now, how's your box office going to look now?
Yeah, James
What
Harden.
marquee value does Ben Simmons bring?
And that's the thing, Skip. Look, you can want to buy something all you want.
Yep.
But if the seller is unwilling to sell it, what good is that? Skip, if I got a house and like, man, look, that's a beautiful house. I want to buy it. It's not for sale.
Okay.
Well, Houston Rockets like, okay, this is what we'll offer you. No,
Okay,
I don't want that.
If I were the Rockets, I would take Embiid straight up for James Harden.
Oh, no, I got to get some draft picks.
No, I think they would do that.
No,
straight up.
they're not trading.
Hey.
Skip, if you think they're going to trade James Harden, who just led the league in scoring 3 straight years, who's an MVP, who's finished top 3 in the MVP 4 of the last 5 years, straight up for Ben Simmons, you crazy.
No, Embiid. I'm talking about Embiid. That's the one. He's the monster.
Oh, you trade Embiid straight up?
Yeah, I'm saying Houston would take Embiid straight up for James Harden. They would, but here's the point. Philly would be crazy to do that.
Yeah,
Again,
no.
the X factor on Joel is just, he's got all kinds of leg issues. He's got back issues. He's
Not
got
serious enough for me.
occasional
His
heart
training, his
issues.
eating habits, nope.
No, I
want
got
no
it, but
parts
he
of that.
is nuclear. I would still do it if I were Houston.
But you crazy.
No, I would do it.
Skip, the man has stomach problems.
He is so good on both ends of the floor. When he's right, he's about as right as it
But
gets.
Skip, think about how many games he's missed to start his career and how many games he misses every year.
No, but he was in and out of the lineup 2 years ago and took Toronto in the Eastern Finals all the way to Game 7.
And what,
last shot.
and what if he wasn't in and out of the lineup?
They would have won.
Exactly.
You know, walk.
Exactly.
You know, that's how good
so
he
no,
is.
no. Skip.
Well, here's the point. It sounds like James Harden and the Rockets are stuck with each other, which means both sides are going to be miserable, and it's going to be a miserable year in Houston. And what did the Pelicans admit after they finally gave AD to the Lakers? We should have done it a year earlier because he was miserable and made us miserable for a whole
Well, they should have
year.
done it at the trade deadline. And this still might happen at the trade deadline because every year, Skip, somebody thinks they're a piece away from winning a title, and then they cave. Well, I got this.
No, but it's a piece away, but you have to give up your biggest piece to get a new piece.
Yes, well, that's what you got to do, Skip. I mean, isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
I mean, you replace somebody got to be willing to step right in.
And remember, James hasn't exactly distinguished himself in playoff games, right?
No, he has not. But nah, Skip, I'm just not letting James Harden go because he's unhappy and says, okay, give me some little auxiliary pieces, and James just go ahead because I want James to be happy because he's done a great service for the Houston community. Hell no. Nah.
Well, it's because you have nothing else to show for
No.
it. What are you going to sell?
Right, and I've given up all my draft capital to the OKC for Russ, and he's not even there. So I got to get some of them draft picks back, Skip.
Sorry situation.
It's a very bad situation.
Kind of does seem like it's a little messy right now. We're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. But here's a question for you guys. Are some being a bit too quick to crown Zion Williamson? We'll explain next.